Right now, Congressman Peter King represents Long Island, doing a great job. Congressman, welcome back to the show, Peter. How you doing this morning?
Joe, I'm doing great. Anytime I can talk to you, things are great. But greater than that, it's going to be this weekend with St. Patrick's Day. No offense to you guys. I know you have St. Joseph's Day coming up. St. Patrick's is the big one this week.
I know. It's so, fair enough, Congressman. I said I'm going to be celebrating with Zapalies on Tuesday, I think it's St. Joseph's Day, but you got the big parade. Are you marching in the parade? Are you a part of the parade, Congressman?
Yeah, actually, I'm the Grand Marshal for the Port Authority Police.
Oh,
marching with them.
Congratulations. And we appreciate all the service of the Port Authority, please. Hey, by the way, Congressman King, thank you. You reached out to Congressman Gottheimer, and you did a press conference we call bipartisanship, something we just plain don't see anymore. It's about the Gateway Tunnel. Could you tell us what this is and why this would be so important for our region, Congressman?
This is not a Republican or Democratic issue, and Josh Gottheimer, he's a strong Democrat. I'm a strong Republican. But we worked together on this, and his staff actually did a lot of the work for yesterday's press conference. What this is basically is a gateway tunnel connects New York and New Jersey. That's what connects Amtrak all the way from Washington to Boston. This is essential. It brings in billions of dollars every year in income. The economy in the northeastern seaboard depends on these tunnels because that's how you get everything from coming up from the south into New York. It goes through the Hudson tunnels, and it's really essential. Those tunnels are being destroyed. They're 108 years old, and sandy with the salt water, when it's done to the electrical system, when it's done to the walls, when it's done to the tracks, everything, those tunnels there's a danger of them either being unusable or collapsing. President Trump called me a year and a half ago with Cory Booker and Chuck Schumer, Chris Christie, Andrew Cuomo, Josh Gottheimer, and myself, and he said we have to have these tunnels rebuilt. And the project was going to get started. Then an argument broke out between President Trump and Chuck Schumer over immigration. The project got knocked out of the budget. Then I was able to talk to the president, get it put back in. And now the Department of Transportation is just slow walking this thing. There's been no progress. They're looking for more environmental impact statements. They're saying that they're not sure of how the funding is going to be done. And so this is essential to New York and New Jersey. I see this as these guys from the South, so much money is down there, and they're holding this project up. And so Josh and I, what we did was the Transportation Department has said that it is now of low importance as compared to when it was moderate high importance. So we're saying, okay, if it's low importance, we want you to tell us within 60 days what your plan is going to be when these tunnels crash and these tunnels go down. We assume you guys are geniuses, and you wouldn't lower the importance of the project if you didn't have a backup plan in place. Now, between you and me, they have no backup plan in place. We're calling their bluff, and that's what this is all about.
Can you do a public-private venture on this, a P3 partnership? I was talking to Frank earlier. People came to me, maybe bring somebody from the outside, and it's a partnership between New York, New Jersey, and another private entity. Even if, China will give you the money. If you keep a close watch on China, could you work it out that way, Congressman?
Yeah, I'm willing to look at anything on this. And it's really such a Department of Transportation to get all the parties together. I said yesterday, anyone who has a plan, has a proposal, let's get it out there, let's talk about it. But right now, it's just being slow walked and nothing is happening.
And then the president has always been such a big advocate of infrastructure. It was political that the gateway funding was not included, is what you're saying.
Right, but then we got to put back in. So the money is now in there. The president, again, he had an argument going with Chuck Schumer and something else, and as a result, this got pulled out of the budget. But we got to put back in. As of last March, the money is back in there to get the project started. But the Department of Transportation is going slow, and they are not starting the project, and that's where we're at.
Wow!
And again, this is a combined project.
Yeah.
And Governor Christie supported it, Cuomo supported it. All of us. Dan Donovan was a big advocate of it. And so we are in there. Josh Gottheimer, this is not a Democrat or Republican issue. It's important to New York and New Jersey, about billions and billions of dollars in lost revenue and lost business and lost trade. But also, the seaboard depends upon this line being workable.
And thanks for fighting, because you with the Zadroga Act, everything that affects us as New Yorkers, tens of millions. And we really, I hate to say we're the heart of the country, but we really are. We're such a vital part, and you have to fight everybody else from around the country. We appreciate your fight, Congressman. Before we let you go, Peter, too, can I ask about this this House leadership? You were one of only 23 people to vote against the House resolution condemning bigotry, and God bless you for that, too. Why did you vote no, sir?
because it was a totally phony sham bill. The target of this should have been the anti-Semitic statements made by Congresswoman Omar from Minnesota. That's how this began. And then all the pressure groups started pushing back against Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi did the right thing in the beginning. She had a resolution which was going to condemn anti-Semitism. It didn't actually mention the woman's name particularly, but everyone knew where it was going, and then everybody pushed back. So now we have a bill which doesn't mention her, doesn't mention those statements. What it does do, it condemns anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, it protects Pacific Islanders, it protects Sikhs, Hindus, Native Americans, Asians, and it's just a smorgasbord. That's why it means nothing. In fairness, let me just say, let's talk about that in fairness, to be honest on this. It talks about various terrible incidents that occurred over the years. No one talks about the Italian Americans who were put in prison camps during World War II. Nothing talks about the Italians who were lynched out of Louisiana in the 19th century. So it's very selective in who it protects and who it doesn't. But again, it throws so much in there, it ended up meaning absolutely nothing. And that's why the person who made the statements, she voted for the bill itself.
God bless you, Peter. Right on the money, and thank you for thinking of us, the Italians, too, and wishing you, with all our heart, Congressman King, all the very best on St. Patrick's Day. We'll be watching the parade, man. Have a great time, Peter, and we'll see you next week after next, probably at Lorenzo's. Hope to see you there, sir.
We'll be down there. Happy San Giuseppe Day.
There you go. Thank you, Congressman. God bless. Godspeed.